Hi, good people, subscribe to my channel. Please, 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 please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today is shoot day and I want to maximize. I want to use this time so well because it comes so rarely, yeah? So today I feel like talking about something that is medical, something that I feel we should know. I should raise awareness. You people know about it anyway, but situkumbushane. So I'm talking about HDFN. Have you ever heard HDFN? Erythroblastosis fetalis. HDFN, hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn. Have you ever heard that? Back in high school biology, do you relate? Yeah. So today I want to talk about HDFN. Don't worry about Kwangusha. I'm Kalenjin. You should know that. Every Kalenjin does that. So yeah. Back to HDFN. HDFN. The reason why I feel I should talk about HDFN is because there are some people who don't know HDFN. They know nothing about HDFN. Mtu ameoleka and then faces a lot of what can I say? You know, you have been having miscarriages time and over again and you can't explain why you have them. People around you have started like talking about it. You have your sisters-in-laws, mother-in-law, or your in-laws fighting you and telling you, oh, umerogwa, oh, you aborted while you were still young, that's why you are miscarrying. No. I'm here today to clear your fears and tell you you did not abort. No, you haujarogwa. You should know something about HDFN and RHESUS factor. You should know something about HDFN and RHESUS factor. There are a lot of myths and misconceptions around HDFN that I would like us to talk about them today. I may not exhaust, but for someone who has the knowledge of it, you can just go down there at the comment section and tell me what I'm missing out or what I'm not saying right. So, HDFN is a disease that affects the fetus, the newborn, okay? And then it does not affect all fetuses and all newborns. It affects fetuses. What's the plural of fetus? Fetuses. I don't know. Go down there, tell me the plural. Okay, it affects newborns who are born to RH negative mothers. RH negative mothers. And the newborn must be RH positive. If the newborn is RH negative and the mother is RH negative, the baby will not be affected by HDFN. But if the baby is RH positive and the mother is RH negative, that's when we have the condition erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythro in medical terms is it refers to red blood cells. I mean, erythroblastosis fetalis just refers to immature RBCs in a newborn. You see, so people normally say it affects babies to mothers who are RH negative or negative. That is not true. It does not only affect the O negative mothers. It affects even the A negative, B negative, AB negative, as long as you are negative for the RHESUS factor. And that's what is important. Unajua, other people go to these medical facilities and ask for their blood group. They only want to know their blood group A, blood group B, OAB, blood group O. No, you should know your RHESUS factor. It's your responsibility to know your RHESUS factor. Know if you have the antigen D, okay? Yeah, you should know. You should be able to say, I'm blood group A negative. I'm blood group AB negative. I'm blood group A positive. You see, it's important to know your RHESUS factor because of this very thing I'm talking about today, because of the HDFN that affects the baby. So HDFN affects we call it subsequent pregnancy. Your first baby will be okay. You'll get the first baby who will not get affected by HDFN, but the subsequent pregnancy, the second baby, you will not be able to carry the baby to term because you are already sensitized. To be sensitized means you already have antibodies against RH positive. You have anti-D. You have antibodies against antigen D. If the baby, your subsequent baby will be RH positive, that means your antibodies as a mother, that's maternal antibodies, that are against the rhesus positive antigens will attack the baby's RBCs, and then they will mark them for destruction. You see, there is something I want us to understand about our immune system. Our immune system is so interesting. You know, the way we have our country Kenya, and we love it, and then we have kuna sisi sasa wenye we are just mere citizens, and then we have the police force. We have different types of, can I say different types of police? We have the Kenya police, we have the Kenya army, we have the defense forces. So I want to measure on the KDF. Our KDF are located on our borders. You see, they are taking care of our borders, so that we don't have Al-Shabaab coming into our country to attack us. If they realize you're a foreign person, if they realize you are foreign and in the country illegally, they'll just do the necessary. You understand what I want to say? So exactly, their work is to protect the country against external attacks, against foreign attacks. So that's how basically that's how our immune system works. Our immune system is able to identify what is foreign in our bodies. It's able to identify anything foreign. It knows every single bit of our biological composition, and then whatever is foreign, they are able to identify. The immune system is able to identify that this is foreign, and the next action is to fight the foreign material out of the body. And that's why we get sick sometimes. That's the reason why we get sick. We get sick, or sometimes you have fever, because the immune system has identified there is a bacteria somewhere, there is a virus somewhere, there is a fungi somewhere, and now it's fighting it off. So let's go back to HDFN. I've said the mother will, you know, during the delivery of the first baby who is RHESUS positive, the mother's blood will interact with the baby's blood. And because the baby's blood is RHESUS positive, it has the D antigen. The D antigen to the mother is treated as foreign. So the mother will produce antibodies, as in antibodies against the D antigen. So much so that in future, when the mother will be exposed to the same antigen, the mother's blood containing the anti-D antibodies will treat that D antigen as foreign and fight it. And that's where you find mother's blood fighting the baby's blood. And the reason why the pregnancy will not be carried to term is because the baby will be anemic. You know, the RBCs for the baby will be actively destroyed by the maternal blood, and so the baby will be anemic in the inside the belly. So much so that if it's so severe, the baby will die. And that's why we have miscarriages that happen. Miscarriages that happen miscarriages that happen more often. Miscarriages that happen more often. So there is something I did not mention. If you are a RHESUS negative female getting married to a RHESUS negative male, there is no problem. That one is very okay. But if you're RHESUS negative and then you get married to a RHESUS positive man, that's where the problem comes in. Because the man is RHESUS positive, you are likely to get a baby who is RHESUS positive. And that's where HDFN comes in. So it's also important to know the RHESUS factor for your significant other, or maybe just know yours. If you know you're RHESUS negative, you'll know who to look for when getting married. Okay, it's not even that much haikazi hivyo sana. You can just know your RHESUS factor and know what to do. So let me address what you should do when you realize you're RHESUS negative and your husband is RHESUS positive. It doesn't guarantee that now you're going to divorce or now your marriage is not going to work. No, there are things that you should do as a mother who is expecting a RHESUS positive child to ensure the child survives. So one thing, there is a vaccine for RHESUS negative mothers called RH immune globulin. So that vaccine is administered to mothers who are RH negative and have not yet been exposed to the D antigen. You get? So it administered at 28 weeks gestation, as in when you're pregnant and your pregnancy is 28 weeks, that's when you get the RH immune globulin. Make sure you get the RH immune globulin vaccine at 28 weeks of pregnancy, and again it's administered 72 hours after delivery if the baby is RHESUS. If the baby is RHESUS positive, if the baby is RHESUS positive. So we have that vaccine, and it has greatly reduced the chances of babies being victims of HDFN. So it's your responsibility to make sure you get that vaccine, because before you get sensitized, that will be helping your subsequent pregnancies, and that also will be helping your marriage. Remember, when you it's very unfortunate that some of us don't know these things, and then your husbands again don't know them, so you end up being the one being blamed. Oh, I want babies, and now because you're not giving me babies, it's affecting your marriage. No, you should know these things. We are now in an era, in this age and era, these are things that are so basic for you to understand. You should know them. So, and the reason why you should get the vaccine, the RH immune vaccine on time, is to prevent other things that can be so costly. Because if you don't do that, if the baby now is RH positive, a lot will have to be done to save the baby. It has, for example, the baby has it's not even the baby, it's still it's still a fetus inside the mother's womb. So, and it requires, because it's anemic, it requires transfusion. So in utero transfusion, like transfusion of that fetus while still inside the womb, I don't think can be something that is so easy to be done, or something you can afford to do it. So just do the necessary. Know your RHESUS factor. Know if you're positive, well and good. If you're negative, know about the father of the child. If the father of the child is RH negative, the better, good for you. But if the father of the child is RH positive, the chances of your baby being RH positive are too high. Start your clinic appointments. Know if the baby is RHESUS positive. Get the RH globulin vaccine. It's called an anti-D vaccine. Yes, get the anti-D vaccine to help save your baby. So if there's something I'm forgetting to mention about HDFN, it's also called erythro. I don't know what it's called in the local language. I don't know. But just go down there at the comment section. Tell me what I'm forgetting to say. Tell me how you understand HDFN. And tell me if I know we have victims of HDFN. Unfortunately, you become the victim when you don't know what it is. So get to know these things, girls. It's for you. Yeah, it's for your good. Otherwise, I just thought you should know. I just thought you should know it for the future of your. It's even good for your mental health. Isikuwe watu wanasema uliabort ukikuwa msichana au ulirogwa, alafu wewe jujui ni nini na kuhapenia, pia na wewe unaanza sasa kujiuliza na ni kama kweli nilirogwa, na ni kama kweli niliabort. No, just know it. Wacha watu waiseme, but be sure of what's ailing you. You better be aware of what's happening in your life. Ndio opinions za watu zisi affect how you react to such a situation. Otherwise, see you on the next episode of whatever I'll be talking about. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. Bye.